Hello everybody and welcome to another Top 10. Actually, I'm lying. Only not really. Except, kind of. It's my top 5 least favorite Pokemon. While I do love Pokemon and usually tend to look at the positive side when it comes to the series, there are some Pokemon that I just cannot stand. If any of these Pokemon are ones that you love, just remember that these are only my opinions. After all, everyone does have their own ways of judging what Pokemon they like and dislike. Okay. Are you ready to make fun of some Pokemon? Maybe? Possibly? Baby Pokemon. Any of them. Take your pick. The introduction of breeding brought about a major change in collecting Pokemon, and as they often do, Game Freak designed a few Pokemon meant to demonstrate this concept. What we got was a group of Pokemon that were terribly weak and could only be obtained by breeding their evolved forms. The whole point of having weaker Pokemon is that you can eventually evolve them into stronger ones. But when you already have to have the stronger Pokemon to get these baby versions, then what's the point? And even in later games where you can straight up catch the baby Pokemon, they're just a pain in the butt to train. Seriously, you're telling me I have to deal with Magby until level 30. Butterfree. Pokemon like Butterfree and Beedrill are generally there as useful early game Pokemon, and to show off the evolution mechanic to newer players. Gee, Pokemon that show off the game's mechanics are a really common occurrence here. And there lies the problem. These Pokemon are meant from the early game, meaning that they're pretty much useless later on. When I catch a Pokemon to use on my team, I generally want to keep it there, but you just can't do that with these Pokemon. Oh, and if you're wondering about why I chose Butterfree over all the other early game bugs, it's the one that started the trend and does not have a Mega. Superior. The most unfitting name since Happy Wheels. Oh man, do I really have to talk about this one? Okay, here goes nothing. I really hate this Pokemon. Of anything on this list, Superior is probably the strongest, and I even use him sometimes. However, when I do use Superior, I'm instantly reminded of why I don't like this guy. Type coverage. And by type coverage, I mean that there are absolutely no moves Superior can learn by level up that aren't normal or grass type. If you add in TM moves, this number is increased to a whopping 3, with one of them being Rock Smash, and the other 2 still being nothing to write home about. This severe lack of moves is even more annoying when you're the kind of person who only uses their starter, which is basically how I was when I was first exposed to this monstrosity. I named my Superior Terror, and he definitely was one. Just maybe not in the way I expected. Emolga. Emolga's in the same boat as the baby Pokemon. It's useful for absolutely nothing except looking cute. But in my possibly too harsh opinion, it doesn't even do that very well. The reason I chose Emolga over, rather, say, Plusle and Minun is I just don't find it to be that cute compared to the rest of the Pikachu clone party. But I just did a whole video judging cute Pokemon, so I'm not gonna go on about that. My main issue with the Pikachu clones is that they seem to be created simply for marketing rather than to be used as an actual Pokemon. Can't we just have a Pokemon that works both as an advertisement and within the games themselves? Or maybe one that can evolve into something that works well? Oh wait, we do. It's called Pikachu. Well, most of the time. Starter Pokemon have always been a wonderful thing. They start out as all you have, just one measly little level 5. Eventually, you'll catch more Pokemon and build a full party, but your starting Pokemon will always be there, growing and evolving to be able to fit in with a more powerful team of monsters. Number 1 is the Pikachu from Pokemon Yellow. Pokemon Yellow version was created to emulate the Pokemon anime. Trainers were shifted a bit, Pokemon distribution was altered, but the most major change was with your starter. Now, instead of being able to choose from 2 different viable Pokemon and Venusaur, the game forces on you this one Pikachu. And the best part is, it doesn't even get to evolve. Just like the anime, right? Well, not really. Because in the anime, Pikachu has a reason not to evolve. He wants to become the strongest Pikachu there is without relying on any evolutionary stone. And it sure worked out. He even managed to take out a Latios in the Sinnoh League. But in the games, all that really does is make sure Pikachu is always weaker than the rest of your team. So you either have to deal with it or box the guy forever. Which is basically the Pokemon equivalent of having to either abuse your child or abandon it on the streets. Cool, huh? The thing is, unlike the rest of this list, you just can't pretend this thing doesn't exist. The game basically forces a pile of crap on you. And I don't like it when people force piles of crap on you. I just don't.